Good morning, and welcome to a X-rated edition of the live crypto chat with Fish and the Crypto Wave investment crew. Not actually X-rated, just that we're talking a lot of cryptos that end in X. Hey, A-Dog, how are you, man? I was going to contact you on Twitter earlier before. Can you do video editing? Like if I sent you footage of me, could you edit that in with clips from YouTube? Because I have an idea. I don't know, I'll hit you up on Twitter later. Anyway, good to see you in the house as always. Hope things are going well in California. No need to be worried. This is not an actual XXX version of the cryptocurrency discussion. It's just that we are discussing some coins with X at the end of them today. Obviously, PIVX, as you could record it, but you can't edit it. Oh, bummer. Okay, I have to figure something out. Yeah, you are first today, A-Dog won it. Hey, Z, what's up? I just posted in Discord, to be fair, so I don't know how you do it, A-Dog. We'll have to figure that out. But I'm going to quickly post up in Steam it as well. Get the discussion going over there. What do you think of the discussion title for the video? Yeah, all X's today. We're going to have a look at Safex. One of our I think it was Etherset that asked for that, to have a look at Safex. So we can have a look at Safex today. And while we're at it, I thought we'd do a comparison looking at District0x, because it's a similar value proposition, I guess. And then, yeah, we'll have a look at PIVX, of course, as usual. And I thought since we were covering all the X's, we might as well take a look at TENX as well and see what's happening on that front in terms of the credit card. So let's have a look. I'm just going to post this up. Just going to post a link in here. Cool. Done. Let's talk crypto. We'll start by going through the market. It's been another interesting 24 hours. I did see Bitcoin crack over the 4,000 mark again. I think it's retraced again. I didn't check just before coming on. Doing a little bit of preparation and study. So having a look now. Give me a second. Do a quick update. My Bittrex account is sort of pretty steady. It's retraced probably maybe 5% since my recent highs, I guess. Still down a lot from my overall highs, as most of us will be. Let's do a quick refresh. I think it's sitting around 135. The overall market cap, 135 billion. 135.6, so not too bad. Bitcoin price is 3,923. I did see it get as low as 3.9 flat. Just when I was spot checking it, might have got a bit lower even. Seems like people were buying it up at that price. Could be a temporary buy up on the way back down to finding support. Sort of 3836. Let's see how we go. It's always a volatile ride, and it's hard to predict exactly. That's why it's best to take a long-term view with a lot of these things. I was actually talking to Z about that this morning. You know, Ethereum, will it go down and then up? We don't know, but we think with this new technology coming in, it's probably a $400 or $500 coin again at least. So we'll see what happens in that space. But Ethereum at the moment at 281. Remember Wilkie bought it down. We said Wilkie bought it stacked in. He came in on the live chat and told us all he was stacking in. So we know he's done well on Ethereum and set himself up well for some ICO investments. There are some good ones coming out actually. Some very, very interesting ICO projects. One that the investment crew is actually pretty interested in. So we'll see what happens in that space. For those of you who are getting into that one, we're going to have... I might come on live just on our Discord group just to make sure everyone's okay. And I'll voice chat us through actually getting into that ICO. So most of you will know the time. Just check in. Have you seen the tab one? No. I'm not even sure what you're referring to, Cold Chisel. Hourglass. Hola. Hola, mi amigo. You're not into it. Okay. Cool. We'll John Doe. Oh, we'll jump on Discord. Do you know what time the ICO's on, John Doe? We've been talking on there this it'll be this afternoon, bro. It's 2 o'clock. It's like 3 hours away. Just a little under. 2 hours and 45, 2 hours 50 I'll be on there. And I'll try and live chat people through what I'm doing, so anyone who's got any confusion. How do I feel about Neo? I feel like it was overpriced at the stage of its development, up around, you know, considering how many ICOs it had released on it, or hadn't had released on it. The Red Pulse one was expected to come out. That got delayed due to the restrictions in China. So how do I feel about Neo? Short term, it's having trouble recovering, obviously. But long term, it's still a solid project. Still a very solid project. And I think the Chinese restrictions will be temporary. And I think any regulation will actually see long-term growth in the crypto economy, because it's just going to bring wider acceptance, cut out the scams and that sort of thing. So China's, I guess, what's seen as a lot of people as heavy-handed tactics. A lot of it's for protection of their own people, which I can completely understand. I think it went a little overboard, but it is good. Let's make sure people aren't getting ripped off, and it allows them to invest in the crypto economy, long-term, solid, exactly, accumulate as much now as possible. Well, China's got everyone scared as shit. Yeah, Hourglass, I've sort of been saying that for a while, mate. Same as Dimon. I just said you got to look at history, right? And Chinese media outlets have a history of overselling, hyperbolizing news, perhaps to the advantage of the people in the know, in the market. That there's been historical evidence of that. So I don't see why it would be any different coming into our new economy. Same with Dimon. Wanker. Sorry, don't get me started on that. But yeah, long term, I think you're on a good buy with Neo, man. If that's what you're in. I'm not sure I've seen you in the chat before, so welcome. But yeah, I think long term you're on a good thing with that, Hourglass. It's going to be a rocky ride short term, man, with China mucking around. You know that. You just hold through those times. You don't try and make 10x overnight. That's not the game. What's up, Joe? That's not the game we play, mate. We look long term, especially in my crew, like our crew, I should say, our investment crew. We look for good long term, and long term now has got potential for sure. I do think it was overpriced though, up around that $40 and $50 mark. I was gutted, man. My personal ride on my personal ride on Neo was from $1.30 up to $10, where I dumped it big time, to the point where I've got like 0.3 of a Neo left. So I was a bit gutted when I saw it run up to 40 or 50, but I did think it was overpriced. If you look at it comparative to Ethereum and how many ICOs had been released on, like ERC20 tokens had been released on the Ethereum platform at the time when it reached the same relative valuation, there'd been a lot more. So in terms of potential, yes, excellent. But in terms of where it's at in its stage of development, i.e. how many ICOs have actually been released on the Neo platform, still maybe even a little bit overpriced. But the market overall is growing, right? So whether you'll get it cheaper or not, I can't say. Long term, I think you're on a good thing. Let's wrap up about Neo. Hope I've covered that one for you. We've just had a quick question come in about Safex, which we will get to. I'm just going to read the question now so we don't miss it. Where are we? How long term do I view Safex? Well, that's the thing. I'll get onto Safex in a minute, because I usually like to just run through the market first, and then we'll get onto the one that we're actually talking about. We'll just try and find some cheap buys for people first, see if we can maybe push them towards some of the better quality projects that are in the crypto economy. And again, please make your own decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. Please take all of this for entertainment and informational purposes. I'll get the news unit to do a disclaimer for me, but please, I'm not a financial advisor. Thank you. I'm throwing everything I got into Neo, a few others. Very agreed, they need more ICOs. Yeah, they do, man, but China's going to have a bit of control over that in the meantime. And I've heard that Neo are working with the Chinese government to try and fast track that, and China works quickly. You see how quickly they shut things down by the end of the month, right? They can open them just as quickly, man. China works quickly. So, underpriced. Okay, we'll check out that one. Thanks, Dijon. Dijon Cook is, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, man. I think it's the first time we've seen you in the chat, but even though HTML coin has a lot of circulating supply, for what it offers, it is underpriced. Interesting point of view. Good one. All right, I'll have a look at HTML. I'm trying to think of which one HTML coin is. I must admit to not knowing that abbreviation off the top of my head. Perhaps if you could put the whole name of the coin, or I might be getting it wrong. Maybe it's something to do with coding. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a technical expert. I come from the old school world of business, and I'm a bodyboarder, so that's who you're listening to right now. To our new members who have just dropped in for the chat. Yeah, I thought HTML was, that's what I thought, yeah, HTML was programming language. Oh, but there's HTML coin, HTML5. Cool. We're going to have a look at that maybe a bit later. Dijon, we usually like to do coins for new members the next day, especially if I hadn't heard of them and I haven't researched them. And that's why we're looking at Safex today. I hadn't done a lot of research into it, and one of our new members asked us to take a look at that, so we're going to. So perhaps we can chuck that up to doing a future cast if I've got my pen, which I'm not 100% organised today. So I don't know where my pen is, but we'll remember it. We'll make note of it and we'll have a look at it in the future for sure. How did PIVX find you? I did a... yeah, pretty much. It's I did a video just showing the maths behind PIVX investment based on their staking. Just saying that, look, if you had $500 or something, because all the chatter was masternoded, right, as residual income coins. So I was looking at... Wilkie, stop message. You do this every day. Messages me on Messenger instead of in the chat. I know you're watching. It's cheeky. Anyway, the point is that I did some maths showing the, if you had $500 and you were looking to save for your kid's university or college fund, that PIVX would potentially be a good investment because of the low-level staking. So all the chat at that time was around masternodes, which was cool, but most of the solid projects were starting to cost a lot of money to actually earn any residual income. So when I found out that PIVX did staking and masternode, I did some maths on that and I said, hey, look, at least, these sorts of returns, I think it was 20% we worked out over a fairly, medium-term investment, or it might have even been a little bit more, and that's if the share price or the coin price stayed level. So obviously since then I did that video at $1.64 per coin. We've had pretty good growth since then. Anyway, one thing led to another. I got contacted by Chad from Rhubarb Media, who did the rebranding at PIVX, and he said he wanted to look at going into avenues of sports sponsorship. And because I used to captain Australia for bodyboarding, he said we'd be interested in sponsoring you in your bodyboarding. I said, well, mate, I might only have a couple of years left in me. He said, that's okay, that's okay. So now we're looking at younger riders and trying to help them in surfing, bodyboarding, longboard riding, and we've sponsored a football club. So we're looking at the sports sponsorship side of things, and now I'm working obviously as a PIVX representative with my bodyboarding, but also on the marketing team there. So it's been a pretty crazy ride. It was literally 6 hours. 6 hours after I released a YouTube video showing the maths behind PIVX, they contacted me. So that was pretty cool. I was over on the Slack group and they said, hey, we're just saying this video, we really like what you're doing. Let's talk. And that's how it all started. Oh, sorry, Dijon. Yeah, I've got to get that fixed up. Xiao, can we get that fixed up somehow, bro? That's always a problem. Johnny Crypto is Xiao. He runs, he's helped me out with a lot of my social media because I'm a surfer. I don't know a whole lot about this stuff. So Xiao, if you can... yeah, Dejan wants to put a link in the chat, man. Might not be today, Dejan. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, you got it in there. Cool. We're just going to have to get these social media intricacies figured out a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit rough until then. But we welcome you to the chat, and thank you for dropping that link in for those interested. That's great. We like to collaborate our research. Cuts down the workload for all of us. Okay. Only moderators. Thanks, yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, mate. Yeah, that's cool. All right, well, Dejan figured it out anyway, so... How am I going with the pronunciation of your name, by the way, bro? Am I getting that close? Oh, yeah, he's welcome in our Discord group, of course. We're just got an investment group, man. We just chat crypto, so... It's, just get each other's opinions, helps give us a balanced opinion on things. Very rarely do we all agree. Oh, Dayon. Thank you, Dayon. Croatian, man. Cool. Sweet. Help me out with my pronunciation. Anyone who I'm mispronouncing, I'm probably mispronouncing Zhao as well, and I've called him that since day one. I've known him for a while now. So thank you, Dale. Feel free to correct me like that if I am mispronouncing your name. Australian, it's going to still sound butchered because I'm Australian and our accent's terrible. So I'll do my best though. I do like to respect and try and get your names right. So thank you, Dale, for correcting me there. Alright, let's keep having a look. Hey, Bitcoin Cash is one of the few winners in the last 24 hours. Who's getting on that bandwagon? At least we found out there was a different value proposition with it yesterday with one of our contributors coming in and explaining the difference there. For me, I've just kept it. I've never set sell orders on it. That's good, Hourglass. I was just asking for pronunciation corrections, and Hourglass spelled H-O-U-R. Glass has just come in and said, oh, it's pronounced Hourglass. O-U-R. Very clever, mate. Very clever. All right, I like that. Ripple's taken a bit of a dive. Still down 2.79% over the last 24 hours. So that one's... it's always a comical group in this chat, isn't it? Hey, Bovosh. Stealth Coin, 20% annual staking rewards. Cool, we'll have a look at that, man. We'll have a look at that one day. Not today. Got a lot on today. But thanks for the tip there, Bovosh. Bovosh likes Stealth Coin. We'll certainly put on the growing list of coins that we're going to have a look at. Good on you. Good on you, Bovosh. Drop some info in the Discord group, man. You know the trick. We all contribute that research, and that way people can decide what they want and what they don't. Pretty cool. I like that method. Yeah, so there's pretty good buying around the market at the moment. Like Litecoin at 52.89, if they're still going, again, Alibaba, Amazon, if that all gets confirmed, it's good. Good stuff. Because you'll get cheaper buys. The demand for the coin will go up if that happens, for sure. Dash 321, good buying long term. Just having a look, there's a lot of retracements here, a lot of red figures. I'm just going to bring it up to the actual, so I can break it down to the hour. I always suggest you do that so you can get a real indication of which way the market's going. If you go into coinmarketcap.com and there's a view all button, I'm just trying to get it out of the glare, I'm so sorry. There you go, you can see it in the corner, just view all. Hit that and it gives you a bit more information because you get to see, obviously, not just the top 100, but the Vertcoin is doing good, Xiao. Man, I feel bad. I said, guys, look for that retracement, you know. You guys know I've been tipping it since 60, well, been tipping it since 80 cents. I think we even said it was good at $1, Xiao. You and I both said, well, it'll go over there. Go past that. But I think we said, look, at 62 cents, it's starting to get ridiculous time. And, you know, even when asked by one of our, you sold mine, I think it will retrace now. Yeah, cool, Xiao. Yeah, I mean, I sold out of a bit as well. You guys know where my sell orders were set. I made them very clear yesterday. So I've sold out of a bit. I've put them back at buys. And we can go through that in a second if you like. But, you know, when asked by Crypto K a couple of days ago, he said, oi, Fish, I got some capital. Got some VC, got some venture capital. What should I go with today, PIVX or Vertcoin? And I said, look, I'll get back to you. And I went and did some quick calculations just based on historical highs. And I said, I've got to be honest, man. You got 40% growth potential in PIVX and 60% in Vertcoin. That's as simple as that. So PIVX is awesome. We rule. We're the best. But if you're asking me purely to give my opinion and perspective based on historical highs, I got to go with Vertcoin today. And he went with it and it skyrocketed. So pretty happy. I've just got a good question there because it relates back to one of the videos that shows that I actually did. Because what I am trying to do is promote cryptocurrency, whether it be PIVX or any of the good coins, as actual usable currency. So Hourglass has just asked a question. You paid your bill with PIVX before through a website. Do other cryptos have this same ability? That shit was magical. It was magical, and yes, they do. And look, I have been giving a bit of a hard time to Living Room and Satoshi about their prices or their fees being too high. I believe they've actually brought them down because when I did the calculations last night, because I am needing to remove some of my crypto, because I do get paid in crypto, right? But a lot of my expenses are still in Australian dollars. So I'm going to have to remove some. This is not me selling out. I'll spend it and I'll show it as usable currency that way. But let's have a look. This is called Living Room of Satoshi. I believe they've just opened one in Canada as well. I was speaking to Chad over at Rhubarb Media from PIVX, the rebranding marketing genius who came up with PIVX. Yeah, and he said they've just come up with it in Canada as well. I can't remember what the website was, but in Australia we use Living Room of Satoshi. It's this one here, livingroomofsatoshi.com. Yeah, it works fine, man. I transferred $50 the other day just to see if it would work straight into my bank account. Overnight. Only thing holding it up was my bank, not PIVX, and not Living Room of Satoshi, which is a great service, and I believe their fees are recalculated last night are around 6%, which is, it's still high compared to a crypto credit card, but you paid a phone bill to Cold Chisel. I paid my IPS service provider, but guess what? I paid it when PIVX was $2.40 or $2.20. I can't remember. It was one of those figures. And it was good because like I bought it at $1.50 or something like that, $1.80. So I was paying my IPS bill much cheaper, even with the fees in and out of the economy. But I know it was a promotional video for PIVX, but I'd rather have the PIVX back and give them the fiat for that bill. Yeah, you do. You should be declaring any profit you make. That's tax rules, right? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on because I've only started trading in May, so I didn't have any profits in our first financial year to declare. But what I'll have to do next year is declare any profits I make in crypto. I'm not sure how our government's classifying that yet, whether it can be classified as a gambling windfall because it's unregulated essentially, or whether it's going to be something that I do have to actually pay a tax on. But you know what? If I want to validate PIVX or any currency and the crypto economy in general as valid currency, I have to pay tax on it. I see that as important. I really do. So, look, there is the ability to certainly avoid that. There's no hiding that, right? Anonymous coins specifically do give some ability to hide money essentially, but that's not what I'm intending to do with it. Look, you can hide real fiat currency too. It's easy. So, if you want to circumvent the law, you can do that. I mean, I find it too risky. Plus, it is essential at the moment, the tax system that we have pays for a lot. I'm not saying the money's used well. I'm just saying it is needed. Yeah, let's keep running down the economy. Good questions, those guys. Just keep flinging it in there. Nice. All right, I'm going to do it for free, man. You don't have to donate $50. I don't even think I'm set up. Although I do have some things in there. My receding hairline. Yeah. It's not good, is it? I don't know if it's receding. Like, I'm 35. That's not a bad head of hair for a 35-year-old. You should see the widow's peak my brother's got going on, and he's younger than me. Got that, brother. Yeah, so I got a pretty good head of hair. But I don't need the $50, man. You hold on to that. It was a good, funny comment. You gave me the giggles, so I was happy to do it for you. Let's have a look what we've got. Is there a place for a Red coin in the future, or would Facebook, other social sites just come up with their own cryptocurrency rather than let Redcoin into their space? I had heard that Redcoin was connected with Facebook. I haven't done any research on Redcoin recently. I hold a small amount. No haircut, no share. I'm actually going to get a haircut. This is getting ridiculous. I'm getting a haircut. I've got comps coming up as well. I've got DK sessions coming up down in Foster, and I've also got another comp. I can't remember the name of it. No, I've got to get rid of it because when it gets wet and you pull into massive barrels like I do all the time, and you do these huge big turns that I do. I'm just joking. I'm stirring up any bodyboarding boys who watch this. But when I'm toweling them up, I'm going to need shorter hair. Throwing down the challenge. Someone said I was going bald. Yeah, I am. Yep. I don't know. I reckon that's a pretty good head of hair. Hasn't got as much blonde in it as it usually does because I've been working too hard, not surfing enough. I might even have to cut crypto chat to half an hour because I got to train. All these boys are going to tear me up. I'm going up against really good bodyboarders at the end of the year in the comps. I'm going to get smashed unless I'm training, so we'll see what happens. But I think the hair's fine for the moment, BB. Welcome to the conversation, man. A nice cheeky comment to start us off. So let's get back to the economy, see what else we can find. Have a quick rundown. Okay. Lisk is one we were keeping an eye on. It had a good bounce back and has dropped down again to 615. So just keep an eye on that one. They've got that conference going on in Asia. Oh, I've found some greys, Pete. If you look, if you got real close there's the odd grey, I think. I think I might trim the beard a bit too. I'm just looking. They're calling me Tom Hanks now. They call me Wilson. Every time I walk in downstairs, they go Wilson, like Tom Hanks Castaway. So people say I look like I've been lost at sea for 3 months. So I think I'm, yeah, in the beard, exactly, Pete. The grey hairs are popping up everywhere, man. I'm only 35. What's going on? QTUM's back into the $8 mark. That's another one in the Chinese development race, I guess. We were talking about now before. I actually see QTUM as an excellent value proposition. Really solid project at $8.79, and if you're looking to get into it, which I always have been, it's probably a good time. I might set some buy orders again on that today. I've missed it a few times. I always just set them a little low. I like to get greedy, get those really low buy orders, and then set the sell orders nice and high. I'm happy to wait for it. If you look at the charts, you can have a sort of an idea where it's going to. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I often miss it because of it, but when I hit, I usually hit a good profit. So I might have another go at QTUM at $8.79. I think that's like half price, like I said. Long term, I think over $15 for that coin, surely. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's VC, it's early markets, right? Sorry, I got an itch on my nose and I don't want to be on camera scratching it. That's better. Yeah, so Steam's another one that's taken a retracement, and it looks like I'm about to get whipped in our first competition, because I thought that would stay pretty steady if there was any retracements, because there's a lot of people using the Steemit.com social media platform. So I picked that, being that the market's been really volatile. I actually picked that as my pick for the week, and it's retraced. I haven't done well on that one. So looks like I'll be paying someone else out with the PIVX that I offered over at our Discord group. Oh yeah, for the new guys, we run a little competition over at the Discord group. It's like pick of the week, and whoever wins gets a couple of PIVX, and there's a prize for last, which I look like I'm going to wrap up at this stage. So stoked, get one PIVX back. Yeah, so if you guys want to join in, it's just under the challenges tab. We're actually looking at maybe changing that to a state of origin instead of hemisphere of origin challenge. So we'll put Southern Hemisphere against Northern Hemisphere, and it'll be teams. Each, you apply to be on the team. We'll have a team of 5 from Southern Hemisphere, team of 5 from the North. You each get one pick. We rack up the percentages and see who does the best for the week. So that could be just a fun little challenge, and we'll put some little bounties on it. Nothing major, it might just be one PIVX here or there, but makes it fun, doesn't it? Let's have a look. There's some more convo in the chat coming through. It used to be that when I was on CoinMarketCap website and looking at the trending coins for the past 7 days, it would consist of well-known coins, now not so much. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of delusion. Is that the right word? Like diluting? Delusion? I think that's the right word. Dilution of the current coins, or especially some of those, I don't know, heavier market cap coins are getting diluted a bit as more coins, more options, more competition come into the market. So that's what I'm thinking, is that you gotta think about it. There are good value propositions coming in, and people are moving their investment capital from one area to another. I think overall Bitcoin's never going to hold a dominance of what it does now. Not a chance. Not a chance going forward, 5-10 years. I think you'd be lucky to hold 10%, because the reality is currency in terms of money, spendable tokens, validation of worth, if you like, is only one very, very small use for blockchain. Blockchain can affect every industry in ways other than just being used as money. To me, it's about decentralization, it's about governance by consensus, and it's about disruption of almost every industry for a better way forward. So, yeah, absolutely, Pete. That's exactly how I see it. Bitcoin, Pete's just said it's a race and Bitcoin is the hare. That's the way I see it. Feel like a pump and dump on steroids since Bitcoin tumbled from 5 dump. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Dejan. Dejan's just said it feels like a pump and dump, but there's reasons for that, man. If you study the news that's coming out, you've got China. People read headlines, brother. Oh, sorry, and it's Dayon. I keep going back to Dejan because of how it's said. Dayon, sorry, man. I will get used to that. Promise. Dayon, you've got to look at the psychology of people. I'll go back to a story that I tell regularly of May this year when I was trading oil, and I did quite well based on the rumour that OPEC were going to cut supply in the May meeting. It was a no-brainer. They were always going to do it. They cannot operate an oil industry at a sale price per barrel of less than what it costs them to pull out of the ground. So it can't continue. So oil had to go up, or the oil industry has to cease to exist. So OPEC were always going to cut supply. It was also leaked and rumoured, so it was pretty much a solid lock. I made good money doing that, and then I held on to oil a bit long, right? Assuming it would pretty much never I read an article that said, will this be the last time oil goes into the 50s? And I thought, you know what, it probably will be. So I held it, and I lost big time. Because Trump came out and run his mouth. Trump came out and said, oh, we're gonna sell off the northern oil fields. And the whole market just panicked. While I was reading an article, and which further explained that he can't even do it without the approval of the Senate, the whole market was panicking based on the headline and dumping the shit out of oil. It cost me a fortune. That I'd already made, so I can't say. It cost me profit, let's say. Dayon says, I live in the States, sorry about Trump. Man, not your fault. Trump's fault. Maybe not even American citizens' fault, it's possibly Russia's fault. Getting on the conspiracy bandwagon. Don't get me started on Trump, alright? Because that'll get us off crypto for ages. Cool comments though, Dayon. Welcome to the chat, man. It's good to have you around. So let's keep moving down the charts, see what else we can find. Get back onto crypto for a bit. We do tend to divert from time to time. We're very fluid on this channel. We'll talk about pretty much everything. A lot of red figures. BAT's one to keep an eye out on. They've got some news coming out again. I can't remember what it is. But apparently it's going to be good news. 10% drops in the or 9.48 in the last 24 hours. If you're a BAT fan, a basic attenuation token fan, that might be time to have a look at getting in on a buy there. It is at 20 cents, just under 21 cent mark at the moment. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. Hey, TENX has dropped below $2. And I've got to be honest, there's a lot of people who are sort of questioning development targets and how quickly they're occurring. I don't think people are giving full respect to the complexities of what TENX are working on. So let's spend a little bit of time on TENX because it was one of the ones that we put in the headline today. Now it's a credit card. I guess its most known value proposition to the crypto economy is as a credit card, a crypto debit card, I should say. They are going to work on potentially a crypto credit card in the future, allowing you to actually have $500 worth of crypto credit. That's really early stages. They're not going to be releasing that for a while. They do have goals of having 1 million users by next year. Yeah, so this is going to happen to a lot of CEOs and a lot of... I've seen it happen many, many a times. And I've seen it happen... I have people ask me about PIVX as well. And quite often I won't even know the share price. I've been trading a little bit lately, but I don't care because I'm looking long term. I'm looking into the future, 3 to 5 years. And Julian over at TENX has a very, very... No, 0x not TENX, man. Two different things. 0x is linked with District0x, I believe. I have to check on that. Yeah, that's it, Xiao. Like, this guy's not... He's getting angry because people are looking at short-term profit and they keep asking him about prices and, why they're dropping and why isn't it back up at this and when are we going to get to this price and what are we going to get to in the future. And as a guy who's just trying to make real-world connections and align with banks and, what he has to do to actually get TENX viable as a credit debit card, going forward. Look, it's already being used. I've seen clips of it being used to buy all sorts of things. But to solidify its position in the debit card, sorry, I will call it a credit card from time to time. I do mean debit card. To solidify its position and, as one of the preeminent cards in the crypto card space, they are trying to make those real world connections and get banking licenses and things like that. And it's going to be critical for crypto looking to act as a debit card and a gateway between the crypto and fiat world. So he's more focused on that than what the bloody coin price is, right? And he talks about a quote from Warren Buffett. I think it's him who says, a lot of people talk about it, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So his argument is that I don't really care what the price is because I know the value of this token we're working on. If I'm being honest, I love Julian. I've loved all these previous streams that I've watched, and I've only watched a few so far, but I think the pressure got to him on that particular stream, and I think that might have... He's the CEO or the co-founder, so I think that can affect price, and I think he has certainly justifiable... Look, it gets annoying. I get it myself, but you're not just got to talk about, look, I don't care what the share price is, you've got to actually show that in your actions as well. So I think that's the only reason it's retraced, and I think it was just like just frustration building up. The guy's still awesome. Legend. he does not care about the price because he's trying to change the world. He hates fiat currency the same as me. He's got long hair the same as me. I'm going to get on a plane to Singapore and see him if he doesn't get back to me soon. I understand the Slack group got spammed. It's happening to a lot of them. Like the people are coming in and going, oh, by the way, if you contribute here, we'll give you 25. I've had it happen like 3 times over at like Event Chain. Honestly, I have. I'm not saying it's their fault. You can't help it, right? If you invite the world into your discussion and business groups, there's going to be occasions where you're going to have to review your security measures and who's actually in that group. And that's what's happening on the TENX Slack group at the moment. So I haven't been able to make that contact. I have sent an email, but they're getting a ridiculous amount every day. So I don't expect that to be responded to with any speed, especially in this economy. It's not the preferred way of contact, email. It's Slack groups and things like that, and I'm learning that. New age business, right? So, yeah, I look forward to making contact with Julian and hopefully seeing what we can do about getting PIVX on the TENX platform and maybe doing some work together, because I think our views are very, very similar. So we'll see what happens in that space. No promises. I haven't even spoken to him before, but I will. That's a promise. Okay, let's keep moving down. So TENX for me at $1.92 long term, far too cheap. He seems very committed, and to me, he's got a very committed group. They're on YouTube once a week at least, discussing development targets and company goals and all sorts of things. So yeah, I really like TENX as a value proposition. I think it's the card I want. That's to be honest. So like, this is what I'll say. Like, I will ask for a deal, I guess, to be associated with TENX. Why wouldn't I? But if he says no, I'll just get one anyway, because I don't want to, this is the same as my bodyboarding. That's why I don't take on board sponsors, because I want to ride the board that I want to ride. So, same with credit cards. Or crypto debit cards. I'm going to use the one I want to use. To me, TENX provides the best value proposition in the market at the moment. So, that's the one I'm going with. So, PIVX covered, TENX covered. Let's get on, just moving down the market. Factum too cheap, by the way. That's one of my faves. $18.47, way too cheap. Should be above $25. Really, really cool coin for business transparency going forward. And that's going to, anything that can increase business transparency will increase business activity, driving economies. There you go. Simple. So I like that one. Easy to understand. It's value proposition for me, coming from the old school world of business. So, District0x and Safex are ones that we wanted to have a look at. Just as a comparative point, because I had a look at Safex this morning. It's a lower market cap coin, and I'm going to get onto that now. So this is the Safex debate, the official part. If you'd like to make your comments, you're welcome on your own opinions in the chat there, and we'll try and get everyone's opinions heard on this one. My personal opinion is I think there's better value propositions in the same space, but doesn't mean Safex can't be successful. You're at work. Maybe I don't want to get you in trouble, Hourglass. But thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the convo. This has worked for me too. Cool job, right? A couple of weeks ago, I was swimming with dolphins for work. Yeah, it's not bad working with PIVX. Anyway, let's move on to Safe Exchange Coin. Safex. Safex is basically a value proposition about creating a peer-to-peer decentralized marketplace. So, John Doe, you're working too. Guys, concentrate on your jobs. Shut up, fish. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get back to Safex. I hadn't actually seen that in their history, so thanks for bringing that up, Xiao. We'll talk about that. But Safex is basically aiming to be a peer-to-peer decentralized marketplace, if you like, and currency exchange. So it's it's a really interesting value proposition. Having said that, it's not unique. And I think there's actually coins that, for me, have taken a better view on governance by consensus. And that's when I'll get onto a comparison with District0x. So Safex for me is, at least it's better than eBay, right? And those platforms that, like eBay's I'm a big eBay hater. I'm going to say it right now. Their fees are way too high for the services they're providing. They provide limited to no customer service. In fact, it's rumoured they actually deliberately try and hide the channels of customer service along with PayPal to reduce their costs I've heard that as a rumour. So we'll see what I can't confirm that. Fishy leaks. Shh, rumour. Yeah, so I really don't like eBay. So any coin that's going to come in, or any crypto blockchain project that's going to come in and look to disrupt that industry by saying you've just been sitting back taking 11%, doing nothing for far too long, and we're going to change that with peer-to-peer. I like. Who loves Ripple? Mike T, don't get me started. Welcome, man. Welcome. I've not seen you in the chat before. No, I'm not a Ripple lover. But I still... Look, I've thought more and more about that, and you know what? It does actually... Dayon does. Dayon loves Ripple. There are a few Ripple lovers in our group. Hey, Bubba D. Oh, man, probably about a month on the song, Bubba D. We've just got to get some samples together for that rap song we're writing for you. I'm working with A-Dog on that, man. Yeah, so... just getting back to the chat there. Sorry. Ripple, yeah. So Ripple's actually, like, I've always bagged it because they're linked with Westpac and NAB. And Westpac are the pricks who stuffed up my insurance stuff recently, so I have no interest in supporting them. Having said that, the crypto economy in general is forcing them to actually think about the way they're, I guess, extorting the public with exorbitant rates for transfer of money through computers. Now, it's been happening for years. It's just that we've figured out a way to do it ourselves now. Thank you, Satoshi. And that puts pressure on the banks to, at very least, reduce the costs of what they're doing, which has clearly been exorbitant ever since the time that it stopped being about a physical transfer of gold or money. So, little education on the banking system there. Yeah, so now that it's 97% on ones and zeros anyway, people are asking the question, why are they still charging so much? And there is no answer for that. So we're at least... Ripple, even if it's assisting the bank to reduce their, I guess, cost of operation, that essentially that cost, I think they're under a lot of pressure to put those savings onto the customer now that that crypto's proven we can do it ourselves. So, oh, cool. That's an interesting one, Mark T. There's been a couple of our investment group who've been interested in ARK, so thank you for that one. Mike T's just said ARK has been... really oversold since its last run up. Kind of looks like it about to turn back up. So I haven't had a look at the chart on myself on that one. I haven't really looked into ARK. I think I need to. Have a look into ARK. I might have to put that on the old bodyboard. See if I can find my pens. We've got a few good coins coming in. A lot of good crypto chat today. Well done, guys. Got plenty of... Giving me a lot of work, though. I've got to look at all these coins now. Here's my pen. Let's put ARK on the list. It's got to be done. Too many people talking about it. You know, I like chatter, guys. Chatter usually leads to investment dollars. So, we've done Safe. Even though Intercept's not in the conversation, he was new yesterday, so we did that for him. And I think we've got one to have a look at, because a lot of people are talking about ARK. So let's do some research on that one. ARK, on the board. Done. Probably tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Busy afternoon this afternoon. But we try and look at one new coin a day. We haven't had a look at ARK, I don't think, from memory. So if we have, we'll do it again. Who cares? Yeah, so thanks for that little tip, Mike T, because there are a few people in our group who are actually... yeah, when he gets the bodyboard out, it's business time. I'm going to go research it. And I did that with Safex. And look, I don't think it's a bad value proposition. I just prefer District0x in the same sort of space. Because I believe it gives more control. District0x is about creating districts around marketplaces, right? So for me, for example, I actually am a numismatist. So collectible coins, real world, these things. These ones. So that's a 10 kilo bag of mixed coins from all over the world in all different years. Sometimes I find gold and silver and everything in them. I've got 500 bags like that, by the way. I've got 5 tons of them. So anyway, I sell them. And District0x would allow me to essentially join a numismatist branch of District0x, and we'd be able to govern ourselves on the way that coins are sold going forward. And I really like that. That's cool. Hey, Kong Savage, you're not even close to first here, bro. We've been going for 45 minutes. Yeah, so that's why I kind of prefer the value proposition, because to me it gives more power, like more individualised groups, if you know what I mean. It's like more personalised, and that's kind of cool. It allows for individualism in the way we want to sell and market, and run e-commerce within different industries. I think that's pretty cool, right? I'm sure Safex has stuff like that as well, but I just prefer the value proposition of District0x. Now, I just want to go quickly over the... I don't think Safex is a terrible project. Jao said that... he said... U-Trust looks to be a great ICO coming up. Hopefully PayPal killer. Thank you very much. I'll take a look at that one too. The bodyboard's about to get full. I like PayPal killers. I'm pretty sure they removed my video. I can't find it. I'm pretty sure they removed my video where I just bagged out PayPal. I don't know how they had the power to do that because I wasn't offensive at it at all. I was very careful. U-Trust. Cool. No, is it, Zhao? You're going door knocking if it is. U-Trust is a Portuguese ICO, so we're going to have a look at that one because Zhao is our resident Portuguese crypto legend. So Zhao, you can give us, you know, when stuff comes out in Portuguese, you can translate it for us who don't speak Portuguese, mate. Keep on top of it. And whenever we get an Aussie ICO come out, I'll tell you what, you know, up a rat like a drain pipe and flat out like a lizard drinking and all those sorts of things mean, because no doubt those terms will be used in the ICO and in the white paper. So yeah, keep an eye on that one for us, bro. Let us know. I put $100 a month, $100 in Safex when I first discovered crypto last night. Told myself I was going to sell at a loss, but Safex changed my mind about that when it did nothing but go down. Yeah, Safex. I haven't actually checked the path on it to see that, but it's a good point to see. So it's obviously gone down, Mike T, since you put $100 in it. That's disappointing, man. Look, honestly, District0x has been the same for me. I think I halved on that. I've halved on a couple recently. ADEX was another one. I really liked it, but I've bought it up on the way down though. You know, that's one of my strategies is I don't just pump in. I buy in and then I set split orders so that if it keeps going down, I'm winning. Okay, I'm just going to read that one because Dayon's got one bit of info for us here on Safex. No, I'm not. I'm actually not involved with them, mate. I've only just been asked to research it. I literally looked at it this morning. So, Dayon says, not sure how involved you are with Safex on Slack, but rumours are that Milan had talks with big potential clients partnerships. The key word is potential, but still sounds interesting. Thank you very much, Dayon. Potential. Clarified. Please make your own decisions. It's not confirmed yet. Thank you very much. Good info, Dale. Man, you should join our Slack group if you haven't already. Our Discord group. That's the kind of stuff we like to hear. We get in on those rumours and we just talk about them. Mark G, I'm going to look at ARC tomorrow, bro. We just put it up on the... we just chucked it up on the bodyboard. These are the ones we're going to have a look at. Well, we're going to keep an eye on the U-Trust ICO because Johnny Crypto, Zhao, he's over in Portugal, so he can... keep first hand on that. But ARC, I've been hearing lots of chatter about, so I need to do some research on it. I don't like to comment on coins I haven't done a bit of research on. So, yeah. Oh, man, I hear it all over the place, Mark G. And you know what? The same thing happened to Neo before it exploded. For me, it was ant shares back in those days, but a lot of talk about it, right? And even when I told people to sell it, steam it, because I used to blog it, well, I still do, blog it, steam it. I said, look, guys, $10. Sell it out, and it dropped to like $4.80 straight. 6 hours after I said that, it went blah, 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 and trickled down over a few weeks or a couple of weeks, so down to $4.80. Ever since I put out sell orders and said, guys, I think it's overdone at this stage, you know, I might want to sell out. Ever since I put out those sell orders, all I heard was, when can we buy back into Neo? When's a good time to get back into ant shares? When's a good time to get back into ant shares? So I'm hearing the same starts to sort of chatter around a couple of them, right? So ARC is one of them. I'm certainly hearing some chatter around, what was the other one that I heard some chatter around? I'm trying to think. I'll have to think of it. But yeah, ARC's definitely one that some people slagging ARC saying it's going to be 20,000 Satoshi. If it does, I'm buying more. That's it, Mark. Mark, that's sensible, mate. If you've done your research, I'm not saying it's sensible to go out and buy ARC because I haven't done mine, right? But if you've done your research, you like the team, you're active in the Slack community over there, that's clever. That's what clever investors do. And then they back their research and say, well, right, if you're going to give it to me that cheap, I'll just buy more. So good play, Mark. I'm not sure whether I like the value proposition of ARC or not myself, but I'm saying it doesn't matter. My opinion's irrelevant. You've made yours, and you're doing, for me, your strategy is really, really good. Yeah, I've heard about that. So there's going to be Safex dividends as well. Thank you, Dayon. And Dayon's just saying that the Safex dividend calendar will be released this weekend. One thing I didn't like about the Safex website, man, I couldn't find a white paper on there. What's up with that? Is there a white paper going around with Safex? I had a look at their their numbers, and it's a capped economy, right? So they've already reached their max supply. ARK also has 3 time. Let me just get back to that. It comes on my screen so quickly. Sorry, I'll get back to the chat. A lot of ARK lovers. We'll probably concentrate more on it tomorrow when I can contribute, because today I'm just feeling dumb. I'm just reading out comments from everyone else. So I'd like to be involved in the discussion. So we probably will concentrate on ARK more tomorrow. But let me just read out the comment there that's been written. There's been an effort going into it. It's a big one. Thanks, Mike T. So ARK also has 3x inside bars on the hourly chart right now on Bittrex. Usually, if it breaks above that bar, it keeps moving in that direction at least a few percent. Thank you very much. Good technical analysis there from Mike T. I'm not a huge fan of the TA myself. I like to invest long term, but it's super important to have an understanding of it, right? Because it still helps you get your best buy points and helps you to responsibly take some profit. I know there's a lot of people who say, oh, I'm never going to sell the shares or whatever the company that I work in, I believe in it. To me, that's a little bit naive. To me, I'm giving someone else the opportunity to get into the company that I believe so much in. Now, if I happen to do that at a high price recently, historically, I don't feel that bad, because what we're working on and what I work massive days. Look at my eyes from the start, when I started doing YouTube to when I actually got involved with PIVX and more recently involved with some people in the music industry and event chain and things like that. I'm not saying involved with, but I've just made some connections there with people in Australia and Ashton. So I'm working hard. I don't I'm not sleeping as much as I used to, so I don't feel bad that someone else has taken it at even someone who bought PIVX. I think the highest we hit during our highs at $4.80. I'm still thinking we're going higher than that long term. I can't guarantee it, but I know I'm going to work my butt off to make that a reality. So yeah, even with PIVX I trade fractional amounts. Other coins I trade a bit heavier, I must admit. I'm trained in it, so I make a little bit extra. Yeah, it's a funny one, Mike. I think it's a lot to do with the fact that we're not on like a huge selection of exchanges at the moment. We don't push hard for that. It's not something that's in our strategy to go out there and really actively push the exchanges to have us accepted. I think that's a tactic we could actually work on, because I think it is probably a fairly important part of the overall race, right? Is when the big dollars start coming in, and I don't mean, yes, the professional big dollars and the JP Morgans and the rest of them dumping their money in. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about mass adoption dollars, and I think it's going to be important to be as accessible as you can be as a currency when the mass adoption dollars start coming in. So exchanges, and then spendable. So you've got to be on credit cards. And I think I honestly believe that that the top currencies need to focus heavily on that, because as well as developing their coin, of course, great anonymous coins. Hint, hint. Great anonymous coins and good communities and all that stuff is important as well. But I'm just saying that I think at times these projects like TENX and like PIVX that are so focused on community building and building their tech, which is right. It's right, but from a marketability point of view and from a mass adoption point of view, you've got to be as easy to use, as easy to acquire, and as easy to spend as possible when the mass adoption dollars start coming into the race. That's my personal opinion. So I think a heavier focus will be seen on that over the next 6 to 12 to, let's say, anywhere from 6 to 12 months to 5 years. You're going to see a lot more focus on that from a lot of coins. I could be wrong, but I think it'll be a growing trend within the crypto business world. We'll see how we go. Oh, wow, here we go. Lots of stuff. That was in response, by the way, what I was saying there to Mike T. PIVX is hard to technically analyse on. I don't see the volumes as low. We have reached as high as sort of 9-10 million on huge days and consistently trading around that 1 1 US million. I think 1% of the company's 1%'s fine. So yeah, we might be looking to increase to sort of 2 million as our baseline for trading volumes. But I think that's going to come, man. You know, I think that's going to come as we get listed on more exchanges, one way or another. Because the reality is we're a top 50 coin comfortably. We've been cemented there for a little while now, and I think we've just crept into top 40 recently. So yeah, about 200 BTC, 200 BTC times 4,000, 800,000, sure. So 800,000, just shy of $1 million there. Yeah, I think we could look to double that for sure. Whoa, Manny Rosenberg, what's going on, man? Let's have a look. Yeah. No, thank you. And you'll excuse me for not reading that one out. So I think that might have attracted, my headline for this article might have attracted someone thinking I was interested in something else other than cryptocurrency. But thank you for the invitation, Manny Rosenberg. I will politely decline. Thank you. Top 10 brand-wise, PIVX. Yeah, look, I like PIVX, man. You guys know I like PIVX. I'm not going to sit here and blab on about it. I can sit here and tell you all the benefits of it. I can sit here and tell you about speed, anonymity, great community, good long-term vision, great ideals. I can tell you about all those things, but you guys know all that already. I've spoken about it a million times. Hey, what else did I say we're going to have a look at? We've had a look at District0x, we've had a look at Safex, we've had a look at PIVX, we've had a look at TENX. Okay, we covered the X's, so that's cool. Yeah, oh, I know. Yeah, I can't do it though. Damn. I can't, man. I want to be cheeky and read it. My missus might not be too happy with that either. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, guys, it's been a good crypto convo. Does anyone want to, we've got a couple to look at tomorrow. I had a busy day. We got this, guys, we're going to try and do a live chat on Discord. So when we're doing that ICO investment, I'll get on there and Wilkie's coming over and I'll tell everyone what we're doing. So you can follow us through that ICO investment if you are interested in getting in on that one that we're getting in on this afternoon. Yeah, look, Manny, it's been an issue that I've had all my life, man. Well, you don't have to time him out. I did check out EOS, Mark. I wasn't a fan, Mark G. I wasn't a fan of the ICO. I wasn't a fan of the ICO stuff, but I've heard there's a really smart team working on it. So make your own decisions there. For me, the ICO year-long thing was a turn-off big time. I think it was the wrong strategy. So I'm not a huge fan of EOS, to be honest. Doesn't mean I'm a fan of all cryptocurrencies. Can I say that? But I just can't. Yeah, exactly. There's ambiguity on EOS. That's my concern, Mark. As is my concern with IOTA at the moment, which I still think is fantastic technology, scaled to get faster as the networks use more. That's brilliant, but they had security issues, and the market seems to have. We'll see how the market goes on that, but I can't put my fiat into every single crypto in the economy, so I've got to pick and choose. So when I say not for me, I'm not trying to bag another crypto, and if you like it, all power to you, because the crypto economy, and even the most garbage piece of crap coin is better than fiat, in my opinion. That's my honest opinion, especially when I get a crypto debit card and I can just spend it. I'll pretty much dump everything I've got in fiat into that. Honestly, I will, because I got no time for fiat currency anymore. Sorry about that. I shouldn't do that at 35. I'm probably a bit old to be being risk heavy like that and putting 100% in, but I'm seriously thinking about it. Just stacking in all my fiat. Yeah, all alts has security issues at present. Look, the reality is that we're at VC stage, mate, but so does fiat currency. It's got some pretty solid security issues if you ask the people of Cyprus. Keep your money in the bank and the government will just come in and go yoink when they need a cut. Nah, so I'll give fiats a miss, man. I know there's some security issues and potential security issues with blockchain, but given that the hackability scale I read somewhere it's 0.65 billion years on current computing standards. So I just think it's a more secure version of the ones, and less manipulable version of the ones and zeros that the government are offering me. And they've proven that time and time again. They manipulate the shit out of it. And they use it for things I'm not interested in. So, done. Strong password, exactly, Cold Chisel. Strong password, back up your files. You know, take your computer security seriously. That's what I haven't done in the past, and that's certainly what I'm learning about the the way the new economy is going to work. We're essentially taking care of the security ourselves, to take the cost of having the government and banks do that for us, who do a terrible job of it. So yeah, we do have to put a bit of work in to achieve that. You got to be really, really careful with your transactions. You got to be really careful with your wallets. You got to be really careful about backing them up, storing your passwords, or at least picking something that's very, very unguessable but very memorable. Yeah, memorable. So yeah, most that got burnt, they used a shit password, like 6-character word. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I use PIVX 111. That's just easy. I'm joking, of course. Air-gapped computer too. Yeah, well, I don't know what that means, Mark G, but I got some tech guys who are helping me out with all that sort of stuff. I'm a surfer, bro. Got no idea with that sort of I don't want to call it garbage. It's now the industry I work in, but I got no idea. I don't know when it comes to tech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the best password. Exactly, Xiao. You know what I've done, man? I'm even smarter. Everyone said like 1, 2. I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See what I do there? So join us tomorrow for more hints on setting passwords just unhackable like that. Join us tomorrow for some more crypto chat. We're going to have a look at ARK. I don't think I'll get time to do 2 coins tomorrow, so we're going to have a look at ARK. Utrust is on the list for later. Yeah, there are some. Mark G's actually got some good advice there on good passwords. A 12-word mnemonic password is the best way to go. So thank you for that advice, Mark G. Hope you all tune in tomorrow for another currency discussion. Same time, same place. And for those people who are getting in on that ICO that we've been looking at on our Discord group, we'll be over there in the next few hours, and it's less than 2 hours away now. So we do want to paper wallet is the future, Jess says. Come on, stop getting comments in at the last minute. Let me sign off. All right, guys. We're going to sign off for today. Thanks very much to Ethercept for bringing us Safex to have a look at. I do much prefer it to eBay, PayPal, any of the stupid people in the real world. But for me, I like District0x as a better value proposition in the peer-to-peer digital marketplace. So please make your own decisions. Happy investing, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time for another crypto discussion. Peace out.